The recent peace initiative of Russian President Vladimir Putin was taken rather seriously by Prime Minister Netanyahu, some say. ILTV's Erin sat down with Arab affairs expert Yoni Ben Menachem to find out what is the current status of international efforts to revive peace talks between Israel and the Palestinians.
The Russians are watching the Obama administration fading away, and they think it's a good opportunity to expand their influence in the Middle East, not only in Syria, not only in other places in the Middle East, also in Israel and the territories. So they take the initiative. They see that the Americans are not initiating anything. And plus there are different rumors that Obama is going to deliver a speech before he leaves the White House and maybe put some new peace plan on the table. So they want to do something before Obama. This is why they initiate a meeting in Moscow. But Israel and the Palestinians agreed in principle to meet, which means Prime Minister Netanyahu and Mahmoud Abbas, the head of Palestinian Authority. In principle, they agreed to meet in Moscow. There's no date yet. And the big question is the preconditions. Is Mahmoud Abbas going to put preconditions to meet Netanyahu like he always does? This is what is preventing actually the resumptions of the talks between the Israelis and the Palestinians.
Now, you were the first Israeli journalist to actually interview Yasser Arafat many years ago.
It was in August 1993. Yes.
And so I think you have particular insight into the Palestinians and their motivations. What do you make about all the conflicting reports that Abbas has dropped his preconditions? I mean, this would be a very significant breakthrough, would it not?
Of course. He will not drop his preconditions. This is how will he explain the fact that all the time he insisted on these preconditions, now he's dropping it all of a sudden. So why did he waste all these years? He could have done that many years ago, and we could have been already in the middle of negotiations. I don't think he will drop the preconditions. Maybe he will minimize, maybe he will drop one of the conditions, but not all of them. And of course there are going to be preconditions. And the big question is, even if this meeting takes place, what will they talk about? Because I don't think Mahmoud Abbas is interested in any solution. I think he is about to finish his term soon. He wants to retire, and he's not going to retire by giving concessions to Israel. He will want to retire like Yasser Arafat, as a big Palestinian hero who did not make any concessions to the Israelis and did not agree for any interim agreements with the Israelis. And he's not interested in it. He's just stalling for time. He's trying to survive. The only thing that interests Mahmoud Abbas is to survive politically. He's not looking for new adventures, especially not with Israel. He wants to guarantee his retirement quietly and safely, and to guarantee the safety of his family. He has two sons who are big businessmen in the West Bank. And he's very worried that if he retires without a proper successor, they will be affected, the business will be affected. So this is what interests him. It's only personal interest and not the interests of the Palestinian people.
And what about the intentions of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu? Are they sincere vis-a-vis the peace process with the Palestinians?
What can Netanyahu do, even if he wants peace? There's no partner on the other side, because we have to wait for the successor of Abu Mazen and see who is going to be the successor, and then maybe try to make an effort with the new successor. But Abu Mazen is all goods. He's not going to do anything. All he wants to do is retire quietly without risking his future and his family future, and he will make no concessions and no compromises with Israel.
In fact, Prime Minister Netanyahu has been working very hard on improving Israel's relationship with the Russians. This past June, he went to the Kremlin. He met with Russian President Vladimir Putin for the fourth time in under a year. But now we're hearing these reports that Mahmoud Abbas may have been a Soviet covert agent in Damascus back in the 1980s. How impartial could Russia be as a mediator in the peace process?
Moscow can be a very efficient mediator, and but you need two for tango. Even Putin, the great Putin, cannot force Abu Mazen to make any concession to Israel. As I said, Abu Mazen is not interested in any new adventure with Israel. All he wants to do is retire in peace, find the right successor that will guarantee the safety of his family, and just fade away without giving anything to Israel as a big Palestinian hero. So there's no hope from Abu Mazen.